Hello and welcome back to my channel Learning English Together. In this episode, we'll be dealing in post-colonial literature, and to understand that, let us see first what is colonialism and imperialism. Colonialism is basically the expansion of Europe into the rest of the world about 400 years ago, and it is the actual conquest, the practice of domination, while imperialism becomes the abstract concept behind colonialism and the perception which motivates it, for example, the claimed superiority of the West. We see post colonial literature as the literature that addresses the problems and consequences of these decolonized nations, the nations who have achieved freedom after their struggle. Although the term encompasses the literature produced after colonialism, when the struggle was on, when people were expressing their moods, their temperament through their writings. The term ambivalence comes up to describe the weird relationship between the colonizer and the colonized. We see the colonizer often regards the colonized as both inferior yet exotically other, while the colonized regards the colonizer as both enviable yet corrupt. So, this word has a very significant place in post colonial studies. Next comes a very common term, hybridity. In post-colonial studies, hybridity is basically a mixture of two or more strands of a cultural thing, something having aspects of both, particularly the West and the East. So next we have diaspora. Diaspora is basically migration of people from their native homelands, be it voluntary or enforced. So diasporic literature naturally is concerned with questions of maintaining or altering identity, language, and culture while in another country or culture. Now, hegemony is another interesting term in post-colonial studies, and Antonio Gramsci's name is often related with it. It is, interestingly, domination with very subtle means, not by military forces, but by control of education and media. Mimicry is basically the adaptation of the culture of the colonizers by the colonized people, and it has an element of satire in it. Coming on to Orientalism, Orientalism is a concept, but Edward Said in 1978 produced a book titled Orientalism, wherein he talks about the image of the East created by the academic scholars in the West, wherein he talks about it taking the terms of the Occident and the Orient, wherein Orient is the East and the Occident is the West. Coming on to subaltern. Subaltern basically represents the lower classes or lower categories of people who do not have their own voice, who lack the access to their own means of expression, and thus they are dependent upon the language and methods of the ruling class to express themselves. It is also an important concept while studying post-colonial studies. And with this, it's a wrap. Thank you for watching.